So we're all going to encounter hardship and challenges. In fact, we need that to be at our best and even perform at our highest. Stress is actually really, really, really important. But what we want to be able to do is we want to be able to ride out and flex with the disasters and crises that come upon our lives. And we also want to have a baseline level of mental resilience, physical resilience, and even neurological resilience. That's what most of my teaching, or a big portion of my teaching, is now these days. And an area of fascination of mine is how can we actually, through very simple steps and choices and ways of living day to day, how can we actually help our baseline of our nervous system to run from a balanced enough foundation that when we get a really bad piece of news, or we have to really pivot fast at work, or we get a really distressing phone call from a family member, but we have to function at a high level for the next hour before we can deal with it. You want to set yourself up so that you can be minimally impacted by it. Think clearly. That is so essential. Not panic. Stay in your prefrontal cortex versus going limbic and just spinning and being overwhelmed. And also have a lesser impact on your immune system, on your cardiovascular system, that you don't end up having a heart attack because of the stress. And so much of that is your physical, mental, neurological baseline that you establish. But also, we know from the research that the very most resilient people, literally on the entire planet, are those who are well resourced and who use those resources. So for example, people who have a good benefit plan with psychological support and counseling, that they don't try to just be a lone ranger and white knuckle things. That is a disaster for resilience. The strongest people know when they need help. They get mentorship. They use their healthcare system to support their health. They stay close to friends and family. They reach out to people in their networks for support. So I would say it's really two-part. It's that resilience you intentionally cultivate within yourself, but then also making sure that you have all those resources around you and not being too proud to use them.